I spent 7 years in Chinese show business from about 2002 to 2010. In that time, I sang in numerous TV and live shows, did interviews about our life in China, hosted a radio show, and I acted in 7 Chinese TV series. The following are clips from 2 of the shows, the only ones I have any footage of. The first, The Legend of Bruce Lee, was a huge TV series both on the mainland and in Hong Kong. We filmed this 50-part TV series in 2007. I played his mother-in-law. Bruce Lee married a girl from California. In my role, I had to act against Bruce and the marriage.
Hi， 妈妈，你可真是越来越敏感了。
不是我敏感，是你到了敏感的年龄了。嗨，你换了新衣服，是要出去吗？
是的。
哦，约你的那位先生是谁呀？
我不是和一位先生约会。是和很多同学一起聚会。
哦，是吗？那好吧，去吧。
好了，我走了，拜拜。
拜拜。
嗨，妈妈。
起来了。早上好。
早上好。
给我说说那个亚洲人。
亚洲人。
We filmed our parts in English. Then, later, it was dubbed into Chinese. Someone else did my voice. I literally missed doing it myself by 1 day. I was in the U.S. and got back 1 day after they did it.
等等，你再跟我说说这个中国人好吗？
妈妈，他只是教我们特殊中国舞蹈的教练。
那你能让我见见这个教练吗？
如果他愿意来的话。
他不是已经来过我们家了吗？只是没有进屋而已。
你在监视我？
哦，没有，我只是碰巧看见。
好吧，拜。
这是糖，我替你加还是你自己加呢？
哦，让我自己来吧，谢谢。
哦不，加糖最好用勺子。
This is a great scene. I get to be really sarcastic, angry, upset, a whole range of emotions. I am asking Bruce Lee about his intentions with my daughter and how he, an uneducated 19-year-old from Hong Kong, plans to make a living. I challenge his idea of marrying Linda, my daughter. I say that if they have children, they won't fit anywhere. And I tell him that he and his kung fu ideas will never amount to anything. Linda gets mad at me and runs after him. My part that I played is that of a widow and doesn't want her only daughter rushing into what looks like a risky marriage. This all really did happen, and it was in the 1960s.
我想说，现在越来越多的人愿意学习中国功夫了，将来我们完全可以通过教授功夫过上美好的生活，这是没问题的。
那好。不过有一个问题，你们现在不会遇到，但这个问题今后会遇到的。
妈妈，你指的是什么问题？
你们想到过孩子吗？你们结婚后总得要生儿育女啊。
妈妈，我们会生孩子的。
对，我们会生一大群的孩子，将来让您老享尽天伦之乐，这是我们当晚辈的应该做的事情。
生儿育女是你们自己的事，和我没有很大的关系。我想问的是，你们的孩子会怎么？
The process of filming these TV plays was quite interesting. You'll notice behind Linda and I is a fireplace with a picture of both of us in it, in a frame. Well, that was taken on day 1 of the set, and by day 2, when we film, they already have the pictures in frames scattered around the house. This happened in several of the TV plays that I did. It was always funny to show up at the set, and there were pictures of you already on the wall or hanging around the room, whatever. Another thing was that we were in China. Even though this house looks kind of Western, it was a model home in a very ritzy neighborhood. They would take over the model home for a couple of days and fill it with furniture and camera things. So even though it looks like it's just the 3 of us, all around us is a giant camera crew. There's probably 15 people in this home, and every corner is filled with lights and cameras and all the wires and cables that go with filming like this. So it actually gets kind of risky walking around the room.
布鲁斯，妈妈，您刚才实在是太过分了。
我说的都是现实问题，你不懂做母亲的心。
你不就是怕我们将来给你带回来一个不白不黄的外孙吗？
我有权表达自己的看法。
你对他根本就不了解。
我刚才已经了解他了。
妈妈，你已经严重伤害了他的自尊。
琳达，我希望你很快忘记他。
不，我不会和他分手的。我已经21岁了，我有选择自己生活的权利。
是的，你现在已经21岁了，你有权选择自己的生活，那你就和中国小子过日子去吧。
好吧。
琳达。
The Bruce Lee film showed in the mainland in 2008 after the Olympics. And then we moved to Beijing, and then we moved to Hong Kong in 2010. About 1 month after we moved to Hong Kong, they showed it on Hong Kong television, to the point that some of my students and their parents were recognizing me from the show. What a coincidence. So now we come to the big wedding scene. Of course they're going to get married, but I'm against the marriage, so they don't think that I'm going to show up. But Linda is watching for me, and eventually I come, and with me comes some wonderful music. So it's quite fun to watch this as the suspense builds. Will she come or won't she?
那开始吧。来。
琳达。有权选择自己的生活，我祝你们幸福。
妈妈，没有您参加的婚礼是不完整的。
哦，别弄坏了你的新娘妆。
妈妈，
你能来，我真的很高兴。
This day that we are filming is in July of the summer in Guangzhou, which, as I looked at the weather forecast, it was the hottest place in all of China. And we foreigners were sweating so much, well, everyone was sweating, so the makeup people were handing out tissues and Kleenex to the Chinese actors, but to the foreigners, they were actually giving us towels. We were sweating so much. There was a castle kind of thing nearby, and I hoped that we were going to film in that, but no, we were out in direct sunlight at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for about an hour to shoot this one little scene.
谢谢。
布鲁斯利。 你愿意接纳琳达·艾默瑞为你的妻？
About 3 months after the Bruce Lee adventure, I got contacted to be part of a missionary story, the story of Sam Pollard. I was going to be playing his wife, and we were filming in a nearby province. I also helped to arrange the other cast members. It's not the greatest script, and it's a little bit artsy in the filming, but it was quite an experience, and it showed at 1:30 in the morning on CCTV, so it didn't get a lot of airplay, and that was due to some other problems, political and religious problems, but still it showed, and a lot of Christians got copies made of it.
Ever since we've gotten here, we've been treated like strangers.
After all these years, some things never change.
This next scene was pretty interesting. The script had no words, no dialogue, it just said to ad-lib. The scene was that we just found out that the little boy's best friend just died of leprosy, and I kind of freak out, and I talk about how I can't pay that cost. Well, it was amazing. When I finished the first ad-lib, something unheard of happened. The entire crew stopped and applauded.
接到恐吓信的几天后，一个苗族少年患麻风病去世的消息，让艾玛陷入了痛苦之中。
Hey, so we just heard that Terry, the boy that you let our son play with, he got leprosy and he has died. I can't believe you did this. How could you allow this to happen?
I know.
They spent so much time together. They were even eating out of the same bowl. How could you do
这个少年几个月前来到家中学习，并且和儿子成为了好朋友。然而，对于他是一个严重的传染病患者，我们却一无所知。
I can't bear it if he's gone. I can't pay that cost. I can't.
He's a strong boy. You knew there'd be sacrifices.
But he died. Sammy died. What? I know you said there was a cost, but I don't think I can pay this.
Have you ever seen one?
Yes, I have. The male people showed me.
So I hope you've enjoyed this little glimpse into my acting life in China. It was quite an experience. For every minute you see me on film, though, there were days spent waiting in hotel rooms. It was a wild ride, but it was a unique adventure being a foreign actress in China.
One of the Miao families donated his family's musk